Hi, I'm Jeff Garten, and thank you for reading this petition. The purpose of this is to help the unemployed get the training they need, the right training, to help them find jobs faster. And they're looking for jobs in what is the second worst job market in U.S. history, but that's not their biggest challenge. I say that because jobs are still being created and people are still getting hired. But if that's true, you have to wonder, why is the high unemployment rate not falling? And the answer is those jobs that are being created are not going to the long-term unemployed. That's because employers believe the jobless are unqualified, and that more than anything is their biggest challenge. They lack the skills employers are looking for. We have 2 decades of medical research on the psychological effects of long-term unemployment, which suggest the unemployed are performance impaired due to months of rejections and discourteous treatment and low self-esteem. They are becoming discouraged, depressed, and they stop looking for jobs. And then more recently, a report came out by the New York Post indicating that as of January this year, the unemployed have been filing over $200 billion in mental disability claims linked with their unemployment. And the challenge here is that employers are well aware of these studies, and employers believe that the unemployed are unqualified. And this is a major concern because as of December 2011, Gallup reported that 71% of the existing workforce are fatigued, disengaged, and unproductive because employers are not creating jobs. They're expecting more work out of fewer workers. And so if productivity is an issue, why would employers create jobs and hire the unemployed if they can't perform well, and if training to develop those performance skills is not being provided? In staffing departments across the United States, hiring staffing managers are telling their recruiters, go out and find superstars with entrepreneurial spirit and fire in their belly, and that does not describe the current population of long-term unemployed. When they say entrepreneurial spirit and fire in their belly, they're talking about these people who are currently employed or short-term unemployed, but always with the mental skills to persevere despite their hardships and the ability to perform well despite circumstances. From the employer point of view, here on the left, employers say we're doing a good job developing skills that determine who should get considered. And by that, they're referring to occupational skills, job search skills, and their ability to promote themselves during the employment process. But here's what we're not doing a good job on the right with, and that's developing the skills that determine who gets hired, promoted, and retained. And by that, I mean their mindset skills, attitude, and personality to persevere and perform well despite their difficult circumstances. Now, both of these are very important. However, employers don't hire people for their ability to look for jobs, but for their ability to perform jobs. And that's the missing piece, the training that is not being provided. It works like this. Good job search skills will help get your foot in the door. Good occupational skills might help you survive that second cut, but ultimately you enter what we recruiters call the spin zone. The best qualified at that point, everyone's occupational skills are near equal, and we don't even care about your job search skills. We are more concerned about our ability to retain you. And ultimately, we don't even hire the best qualified from that last bucket. From there, we hire who we like most. And a person's likability may have nothing to do with their occupational skills or job search skills. According to research produced by the Bureau of Economic Research, they say job seekers with that resilient mindset not only land jobs faster with greater ease, but they're also more rapidly promoted. That's because they're perceived as more likable and personable and optimistic, but also they're perceived as having greater coping skills And even if they're not genuinely optimistic, just appearing to be so, employers cut them slack in hiring and making hiring decisions. Research from the Brookings Institute, the people with that beat down mindset, what happens is as their job search continues unsuccessfully, what happens is they begin sleeping later, watching more TV during the day, they experience more sadness, discouragement, depression, and ultimately they stop looking for jobs. Their mindset is focused on imagining the worst, and they become unappealing to employers. Since implementing this training in the state of Illinois, trainees are saying that this this training is highly beneficial and they'd like to see more of it. And it's been in operation for about a year now. And and what they say is, hey, it just makes good sense. We like it and we need it. Thank you for reviewing this petition.